Just going to do a quick audio test before we start the stream today, guys. Hello, guys. Just go ahead and get all started now. There we go. I bet it's pretty decent here. Just pretty decent. So we got clouds broken at 5,700 feet, 15 degrees. Altimeter is 1022. So we'll go ahead and press B to get that tuned. Okay. Maybe the 3022. Is that what that said? 3022. Although this thinks 3019, so we'll just stick with that. Go ahead and get everything on. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get everything all working today. Today should be a pretty short stream, actually. A little bit shorter than I originally thought. It doesn't appear that the overlay works, because it might not be picking up these airports, honestly. I believe it's HI. I'm pretty sure it's HI. But unfortunately, yeah, they're smaller airports, so they just might not be well known. It's quite a simple fact, really. Let's say if I put in, there you go, I put in Palmer, it works. I put in Heathrow, it works. Okay, so it doesn't actually know where this HI25, no wait, not, that's probably why. Boom. There we go, that's sort of the problem. I don't know where, I got the codes the wrong way around, that's that problem sorted. Lovely. So all the audio is all working now. It should be anyway. Yes, my voice is working fine, so we can go ahead and get ourselves started for today. So we're going to go ahead and plan today's route. We're going from the K-Likey airstrip down to HI25. Nope, HI23. Which is Mountain View airstrip. Both of these will probably have that weird sort of runway we saw at this airport last time. Right, down to 5,000 for the cruise altitude, we should be good. That mountain doesn't look too high. It's about 37 miles. And then the next flight is going to be 15 miles. So it's going to be quite a short stream, but there's only 2 more legs left of the tour after this one. And we couldn't have done 4 in one stream, so I'd like to save 2 for next stream, 2 for today. It's how the planning worked out. I planned it in advance to make sure it was okay. That's just how it worked out. So, anyway, without further ado then, let's get ourselves into the game once we save ourselves this flight plan. And we will load ourselves up with fuel. There we go, fuel and payload. Take 55% of the tank as always. There we go, about £467, 469, £468, something like that. Click OK, we should see fuel in the tank, yes. Go ahead and start a Flying Club flight, there you go, you can see it's started. Right, up to 5,000 this can go. Cool. Altitude 800, autopilot on. Heading on off, nav on off to make sure we have full control later. Right, get the ATC menu up where I would like it. on the overlay. There we go. And shorten it a little bit. So it's the same size as this plane. That's the engine. There we go. That's our little menu. All good. So go ahead and tune traffic. Select runway for takeoff. Right, let's bring up our GPS here. Go ahead and put the terrain on that. Turn that on. Down to minimum. Right, move this over to here. That's for me, so I can see what I'm doing. Great. So yeah, that is us all ready to get underway for today's stream. So I'll set flaps 5, let that set. Cool. And we should be ready to go now. Just press Control and E. We are sitting here facing... what's that, east? So we're in the northeast runway. Oh, we haven't got voice, as I was using some voice earlier. There we go.
Straight out departure.
Great. Flight control's looking good. I don't really know what's the point in doing a flight control check since they don't fail, or at least I bet now they fail. Right, okay. Off we go then, guys. So get the clock up on my yoke and we can get out of here. So up to 40% on the power, and then full power start the clock. We can just go straight out of here, really. No need for anything else today. Try and gain some speed. And there we go. Almost hit a tree on our way out, that's close. Gears going up. Slight turn to the left. We're basically departing just straight out here today. And we'll tune centre as we have a little bit of time before we are able to contact our arrival airport, which, it being an airstrip, will probably just have the same sort of setup as our last airport, as in not having any proper system for anything. There probably won't be like numbered runways or anything like that. Right, we're in the air now, so we'll be here. I've started the clock. So here we are above the lovely scenery of Hawaii. It's a lovely looking area of the world, this, in this game. It's absolutely amazing looking. Air traffic is turned on, cool. And yeah, so we get to enjoy the lovely scenery out now while this thing sort of climbs up to about 4,000 I've got set in here at the moment. That shouldn't be a problem with the terrain we've got going here today. What altitude is our arrival airport at? It is called Mountain View. Only 1,500 feet, so we should be okay to be at 4,000 for cruise. So we're approaching 4,000 now. And I'm going to go ahead and flick this over to GPS, and we'll get the plane following the line, because there's no terrain for us to be avoiding today, so we may as well get the plane to do it for us. If there was terrain to avoid, obviously I'd have to take control, but there's obviously no need. We have a GPS that we can use, so why not? So approaching 4,000 now, there doesn't seem to be any terrain problems. Obviously the land does get a little bit raised up here, but it doesn't appear to be raised enough for it to be an issue for us. Right, we're approaching 30 miles from the airport, so we'll go ahead and contact them. Runway, oh, but cool, they do have numbers. Runway 5 we're going to use, and we'll just announce our position. We're 31 miles out at the moment. Press B to set the altimeter. There we go. Got a little bit of turbulence here by the looks of it, okay. No problem with clouds though, so we can just sort of sit here about 4,000 feet. We are being jolted around a little bit, but we seem to be okay. And yeah, we can just chill out now. About 9 minutes this thinks until we reach our next airport. So we can just sit here and chill out for a little bit. And this is stream number 8 of the VFR tour. We'll have one more next week, and then it is the end of the Hawaiian VFR tour. If you guys want me to do more VFR flying after this, another tour, then I will. But if you guys don't want me to do another tour, because these streams, as I said, they don't seem to be awfully popular when I compare them to my main streams. So if you guys would like to see something else, just notify me. If you know, we could have a random games night on Wednesday. You know, we could play Roblox, we could play Euro Truck Sim 2. You know, we could play some American Truck Sim. I've got racing games we could play. So there's all sorts I can do instead of VFR flying, if you guys would prefer that. I've got train simulators, all sorts, you know. So, and it all runs pretty well. So, right, I'm wondering if that terrain is slightly too high. But it seems to be okay, I think. I'm suspicious. Maybe we should climb to like 5,000 just to make sure, because the terrain does get a little bit darker up here on the map. That looks like it's too high for us. That does. I don't know if our airport is that far in the distance. I think it is. In fact, it probably is, because it's at the end of the hill, our airport. So I'm going to whack it up to 5,000 at like 200 feet per minute to try and keep our speed alive, because you know it doesn't really matter how we climb. It's going to be a very gentle climb. So it'll take us about 5 minutes to get up to 5,000 at this pace. It's very slow, I know. But obviously it's not losing us any speed, so that's the aim. Just that extra few feet might make the difference, you know? So, doing pretty well. We've got about 6 minutes to go until our arrival in Mountain View Airstrip. From there, we are continuing on to Hilo. PHTO is the code for that, so it's an actual airport code. And that is going to be it then for this stream. And then next week we're going to finish by going from Hilo to Bradshaw Field, and then from Bradshaw Field to Camuella. That'll round off the tour. Next week's going to be an even shorter stream. We've got like a 29-mile hop and then a 15-mile hop. So, as I said, we couldn't have squeezed it all into 4 flights though. We could have done 3 today, but that would have only left one like 20-minute long stream next week, which obviously I don't want to do. So the best option for me was to do 2 per stream, you know, even it out, basically. Yes, they're a bit shorter. They'll probably be about 40 minutes. But it's only a little bit shorter than the usual 50. About 50 is, I'd say, what the usual is for a VFR stream. Occasionally an hour. I don't think we've hit that many. I don't think we've hit an hour. The only stream that hit an hour was that one where we had technical difficulties. So, yeah, that wasn't fun, was it? Technical difficulties. The English language's worst words. And somehow it's an excuse for everything. If anything goes down, it's technical difficulties. That's how it works. If internet goes down, it's always technical difficulties. Is that? Oh, that's cool. A geyser. What are they called? Geyser, I don't know. Whatever you call them. I think it's just a different way of pronouncing them. There's like steam coming out of them. That's cool. I did not know this game modelled that. It's cool terrain, this, to be flying over, really. I've only just noticed that the terrain has really changed colour to something a little bit unusual. I'm glad we made the climb up to 5,000 as well, because if we were 400 feet lower right now, we'd be like right on the ground, and it gets a little bit higher. So I'm kind of glad we made the little climb. It hasn't really affected our cruise speed either. Right, we'll announce our position again to say we are 15 miles out. Just did a quick little update on the barometric pressure there. Right, 4,800 feet. No, 4,800 feet should be good for us, I think. And it puts us about 3,300 feet above our target airport today, which is pretty much ideal for an approach. Maybe we will descend a little bit once we pass this ridge, which is where it starts heading back down. It's cool though, got 13 miles to go now until we hit the edge of this hill. Well, actually not the edge, it just starts going down quite slowly, I think. But in the end, 9 minutes so far, so it's been fairly long flight, pretty good flight. It looks really fast over this terrain because we're like so close. It's really cool. Looking out the window as well. It's a nice view out the window actually. I said the scenery around Hawaii is so good in this game. Right, I see our airport. I think it's time to start descending a little bit down to 4,000 feet. The lowest I want to go is 3,500. So let's just go ahead and do that because that is 2,000 above the airport, which is perfect for an approach. And we're 10 miles out now, so we're just going to sort of follow a little descent down. Quite a small descent actually, at about 500 feet per minute. But getting some speed, so not back the throttle a teeny bit. And I will take it out of navigation now. We'll go ahead and manually fly it so we can get a little bit more in line with the runway. Luckily, because of how the runways are lined up, we barely have to really steer out our way to get to the runway, which is quite nice. Obviously, we don't really check to see if the winds are accurate. It doesn't totally matter. Really, it's quite a nice plane to fly this. Very sensitive to fly, though. Haven't been too bad, though. As I said, around Hawaii, we seem to have pretty nice flying conditions. We've been pretty good with it, even though we're using active sky. It's never been a problem for us. If we do like, say, a Sweden VFR tour that I'm thinking about possibly doing next, if we do another one, that is, I'll have to turn active sky off because when it's really thick clouds, you can't do VFR flying. And places like Sweden and the UK and all the colder areas of Europe, just Europe in general, colder areas. Things like Spain and Portugal don't count, but it gets very, very cloudy in parts, which isn't good for VFR flying. Right, we'll go ahead and take out the autopilot now, as I am 5 miles out. We're on a final. Right, flaps 1 gear down, and flaps can go full now. Get this thing slowed right down. And we are on final to land. Obviously, this being an airstrip, we've got no taxiways, no nothing. It's a very small runway, very small place, like the last place we landed at, which was also an airstrip. Obviously, you can tell by the fact that it's HI rather than the normal PH and then 2 more letters. That's like the terminal code. It proves it's actually a fairly decent airport, but the HI is like airstrip. So that's why it's been. That's why this place, Mountain View, and the last place we went to, I can't remember what it's called. I'm with an N. I can't remember what it was called. Let's have a look. Actually, I can have a look on FlyUK's page. Nalihu. Yeah, Nalihu and Mountain View. That's why both of these airports have been so, empty. Is thanks to that. Right, we're slowing down pretty well now. It's about 120 knots. We're going to get ourselves a little bit more slowed down. We are a teeny bit too high as well. Just passing 2,400 feet now. So about 900 feet above the ground, roughly. Right, we are now coming in for a landing here. Little lag spike there. I'm not expecting to see any AIs here. It's kind of expected. Right, pull back on the throttle now. Try and get a good landing with this thing, nice and slow, because it's not a massive runway here. Right, a little too quick actually. Oh, minus 512. Yeah, we were a little too quick there. And that might become a problem. We're going to overshoot, so I think we are. Oh no, I think we're good. We're good. Right, stop the clock. 13 minutes, 30 seconds. Oh, that was lucky. We just vacated in time. Bit of a rough landing there. I was a bit too quick coming in. That seems to happen quite a bit actually in this plane. Right. We'll announce that we're clear of the runway. We'll click select runway for takeoff. I don't know which one we're going to need yet for takeoff, so for now I'm just going to sit it here. And put the parking brake on. And that means we are here. Set this like that. Up to 4,000 for the next flight. And off goes engine 1. Off goes engine 2. And then we go after 13 minutes and 30 seconds. Hello, welcome everybody to Mountain View Airstrip. Not much scenery here really. Got basically just a bunch of sand and a runway. Nothing special. Let's go ahead and stop recording that flight there. It didn't register where we departed or where we went from. Fly UK Skytrack, it doesn't do that, unfortunately, with these smaller airports. It was HI25 to HI23, and it was Hawaii VFR. There we go, leg number 19. Go ahead and submit that. Cool. And we'll start the next flight. There we go. So now that's all ready, we can take the next leg now. So, flight planner. Mountain View Airstrip, down to PHTO, Hilo International. Oh, it's an international. That'll probably mean it's quite busy then. Yep, we've got, apparently the winds are calm down there. Got 2 runways by the looks of it. It's quite a busy airport at an altitude of 38, so we should be fine cruising at just 3,000 feet. We've got no terrain to worry about, no problems like that, so 3,000 it is. Right, save that in there. And this can go down to 3,000. And we'll just go ahead and check. We have 50% left in the tank, plenty of fuel. So we're going to go ahead and start the engines up once more. Great. Flaps 1 is set. Give it a bit of power. Let's see where we mean to be taking off today. What runway we want to use. Okay, by the looks of it, we want to head straight down here and then use the other runway to take off. So we're using runway 5.
Hotel, India 23,
we're going to have a tower, I suspect, down in Hilo. So we'll probably have to take an exact runway to land on. Because it's an international airport, it's got 2 runways, it's got an ATIS by the looks of what I saw on the map there. So it's quite a big airport. And actually, let's go ahead and change the overlay. I haven't done that yet. There we go, that's better. That's much better, there we go. HI23 to PHTO, about 11 miles that says. I thought it was 8, I thought it was 15. It says 15 on Fly UK's website. But in reality, I guess it's more like 11. Okay, got a shorter flight than planned then, even shorter somehow. Right. And that's take off straight out. Let's get ourselves lined up then. We'll try and do a much slower approach into this next airport.
Runway 5, straight out departure.
Except make sure the controls are reset and line up, get ourselves lined up here. We're getting nice and lined up, 40% power. And full power takeoff, start the clock. And away we go. There's 80 knots. Rotate. Wow, it's a short runway. Right, here we go. Ease it down, turn slightly to the left. Flaps can come in. And get the autopilot turned on. And tune Hilo Tower, Crestfield stop landing.
Hilo Tower, Beach, Oscar, Echo, Mike, Alpha Delta is 11 miles south with hotel to land. Beach, Oscar, Echo, Mike, Alpha Delta. Hilo
Enter left
Tower,
traffic,
enter left
runway
traffic, runway
26,
26,
okay.
altimeter 3009.
We're looking for runway 26, select approach, VOR. Right, I'm entering in a VOR approach for this runway, so I know exactly where to be heading. So we want to make, I don't know, left traffic makes no sense given where the airport, where this runway is exactly. So we'll get ourselves up to 3,000 feet, and then we'll land. It's a very short flight, this very short hop across to this airport. Literally straight up, get in pattern, straight down. So it's about a 12-mile hop to the VOR. I'll have to have a look at, it's a 12-mile final. No, it's not a 12-mile final. It is a 6-mile final. So we'll be able to sort of stick to that approach sort of. Use it for guidance. So it's a fairly big airport, this, by the looks of it. I don't know whether there's any traffic on the ground. Yes, there's some. I think I see one GA plane now on the ground. So we'll probably have some ground controllers when we get down there. Right, there's 3,000, which puts us at the right altitude basically for an approach to this airport. So we'll start gaining some speed now and getting ourselves over there. Shouldn't take particularly long. It's not a long flight, this one, not long at all. Not a long flight at all. Right, that's our runway there that we want to be landing on. There's the terminal, look. They've got a GA aircraft parked there as well. So we could be parking there. We could be parking there. Looks like quite a large airport. Which is interesting. Right, since it's at 38 feet, we'll drop it down to 2,000 to give ourselves a little bit less to descend later on. We've just been cleared to land. Cool.
Cleared to land, runway 2.
I'm positive they clear you to land like way too early sometimes. Seems like they do anyway, the controllers in there. It feels like they do. Right, we'll push back the power a little bit now. Very short flight there. It's been quite a short stream actually. We're only approaching the half-hour mark now. I think we'll have a bit of a long taxi though. We'll have a bit of time on. It's definitely going to be a long taxi this. Right. Doesn't look like there's any big aircraft there. Right, that's our runway down there. So I'll go ahead and turn slightly to the right. Take autopilot out totally. A little bit of lag there. I'm suspecting it's loading in some AI. Maybe, I don't know. Didn't look like it did. That lag normally means it's loading in some big airport maybe. Oh, the 717 just loaded in, so maybe we were in range of an airport. It's not big obviously, it only has one 717 at it, but fair sized. Right. Full flaps, gear. I want to get this thing slowed down because every time now, the last stream we had some problems with it. The first landing was beautiful last week, but then the second landing really did fall apart because we were too fast, and we had the same issue with the first landing here on today's stream. So hopefully we can be okay. If I idle it, which I'm doing, hopefully we can lose enough speed by the time I get down this altitude quick enough. We've been cleared to land, so just get ourselves lined up with the runway and we should be good. Bit of a sharp descent here to try and make the runway because I want to really slow down. Wait, I want like a 70 knot arrival, something really slow like that. We'll give it a slight bit of power, but not much. Like literally, I'm giving it about 10% right now. And that's really just to stop us falling out of the sky. So, yeah, we are successfully getting below 100 knots now. There's 400 feet. But it's been like a 6-minute flight, this. There's the beeping from, well, I'm guessing the VOR. Please stop beeping. There we go. That's better. Now we're a bit too slow. Give it a little bit of power. Ease it down. Try and get a good landing out of this thing. Right, ease it down. Minus 244, I'll take it. And that was very slow as well, which has helped us out. Right.
Mike Alpha Delta, turn next taxiway.
Cool. Stop the clock there, 6.5 minutes. Not bad. Right, we'll go ahead and taxi over to this. We stopped instantly there. That was pretty good. Shows how short those runways are back at those airstrips. I haven't even gone one taxiway. Hopefully we'll be given a parking over in this area, because I'd rather not taxi the entire length of the airport. Right, we'll throttle back now and slow down.
H Mike Alpha Delta, exit runway when able.
There we go, exit there.
Mike Alpha Delta, contact ground on 121.9er.
So go ahead, contact ground. It's on a separate frequency actually, and then taxi to parking. Hopefully we get a good parking spot. Echo Alpha Charlie. Echo is which way? I missed the signs. Oh great. Nice, I'm gonna have to taxi all the way over here now. Well, there we go. It's gonna lengthen the stream out, isn't it? Got a long taxi now. Sweet. Thank you, game. Right, while we do this, I can go ahead and get our GPS turned off. Hello, welcome everyone to Hilo International Airport. This is stream number 8, coming to an end now of this Hawaii VFR tour. I'll be back next Wednesday at 7 PM for stream number 9, the final stream of this tour. Feels like we've been doing this tour forever. But it's only been 8 weeks. This is the 8th week. It's nuts. So yeah, it's very interesting that we're reaching the end. After, as I said, after it, maybe I'll definitely keep up the Wednesday night streams. Maybe we'll move into Friday night. I don't know. I think we'll keep Wednesday night. I'm liking how we do it on Wednesday nights. But whether you guys want me to keep doing VFR flying or whether you guys want me to do other games, please let me know. Definitely. I'll probably make a separate video about it. Maybe to get some more interest about it, but because I would like to know. Anyway, let's just go ahead and taxi along. Also, if you do enjoy the content, please like, subscribe, all that other stuff. Also, I do hope you guys enjoy the Diesel Railcar Simulator content that's coming out from tomorrow, I believe. I've got 4 videos on that recorded, so you guys should find it very interesting. I love that game. Hopefully it does pretty well on the channel. I'm hoping the Monopoly Plus stuff didn't do overly well. I don't know, it's Monopoly. People like it, people don't like it, so who knows? I play it for a bit of fun. I like the Monopoly. It's a bit expensive, but it's a good fun game. And the thing is, I do point it out. I mean, I know I say £12.50 is a lot for Monopoly on PC, but if you go into a shop and buy Monopoly new, it's about £30, the physical board copy, so makes sense. Anyway, we're getting up to go ahead and pass the runway here. And then parking should hopefully be pretty soon after that. Oh, great. Such a long taxi list. They had to give us such a long taxi, didn't they? Thank you, FSX ATC. You could have given me a parking spot over there, but you didn't. I mean, in real life, I'm pretty sure that's what you'd do if it was empty, because logic. Less taxi time is good, isn't it? Save fuel, save time, all the rest of it. I don't know. They probably had a set reason for bringing me over here, but whatever. I think, are we parking near the other AI that I saw on the ground? Oh yeah, I think we're parking right next to, what are they, like a 402A, I think. Maybe they're a Cessna 208B, I don't think they are. Oh, rip. Oh dear, too busy looking at AI. So we can blame AI for everything, even when it isn't, like, the AI being silly, we can blame them for that, because, like, why not? I don't know. I would also blame VATSIM, but we're not on VATSIM, so... I don't know how I can blame VATSIM if we're not on them. It'd be quite funny if I could somehow find a way of doing that. We seem to be slowing down a bit here, only like 5 knots. It's a bit slow. I don't think I decreased the speed of the throttle, so... Not the speed of the throttle, like what level it was at. Right, so we're coming up here, going to turn to the right, and then park up right next to this AI. It's nice scenery in this city here. Very nice scenery. Right, let's turn ourselves round to the right. And we'll park up next to this AI, which I'm pretty sure is a 402A. It is a 402A, it looks like one. Oh my word, but this happens in FSX. If you click and go to another area and then get back into your area, there's like some weird scenery glitching out, and it looks like your plane's inside the scenery before it loads in. It's all sorts of glitchy, but whatever. Right, slow ourselves down, turn into the stand, and that is it, guys, for today's stream. Yeah, we've done the 2 flights. As I said, I would have wanted this stream to be a bit longer, but because of the flights, because of how they worked out, we couldn't have done 2 more today because it would have been too long, and we couldn't have done 3 today because that would have only left 1 next week. So yeah, so tune in next Wednesday 7 PM for the final one of these tours, the final episode in this Hawaiian tour. Leg number, is it 20 and 20? No, 21 and 22 next week. We're going from here in Hilo down to Bradshaw Field and then on to Camuella. It's about a 30-mile hop and then another about 12-mile hop. So about the same as today, roughly. Right, off goes engine 1, off goes engine 2, and there we are, guys. Parked up. We'll go ahead and stop recording this flight. Cool. That's that done with, and get rid of the ATC. Here we are in Hilo then. We'll go ahead and whack all this off. There we go, this thing's all gone now. And there we are. All done, all finished with. Go ahead and look outside. Nice little airport. There's a very big airport, actually. If you consider the 2 airstrips we were at earlier. So, that's interesting. And here we are, parked up. It's a lovely looking plane, this. It's nice. So, yeah, as I said, 7 PM BST time to watch the final part of this VFR series that I'm doing. And as I said, after it, throw any suggestions, guys, as to what I can play. I might, if you guys want me to continue with this VFR flying, I will. Or, obviously, we can play games like American Truck Simulator, Train Simulator sort of things, Roblox, that sort of thing. So, you guys just let me know in the comments / chat of this video or any other videos. I will be open to your suggestions on what we can do after this tour is finished. But yeah, I really enjoy doing these tours, so I'd be happy to keep doing them. As I said, the viewer ratings do seem to be a little bit lower on these streams. I don't really know why that is. Again, maybe it's just the time of day, maybe it's the time of year. Who knows? Actually, I can't remember the time of year, but you know what I mean. But yeah, so I've done pretty good today. 7 playbacks, not bad. We had a viewer there, quite at the end. Had viewers in and out, so I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm pretty satisfied. Yeah, only 41 minutes today. Could have been a little bit longer, but what are we going to do, eh? What are we going to do, guys? Couldn't have done, as I said, we couldn't have done 3 flights as much as I would have wanted to, although the third flight would have been 30 miles, which would have added a considerable bit on, so, I don't know. But doing 3 would have been a bit of a struggle today. It's just one of those ones where it's like, it's too long to do 3, but it's too short to do 2. It's like one of those irritating situations. But anyway, I hope you guys really enjoy. Tune in tomorrow morning. No, not tomorrow morning. What am I on about? Tomorrow afternoon, 1:15 p.m. British time. We'll be flying out of Kelowna. We haven't actually done some USA flying in a bit. We're going to be flying from Kelowna down to Seattle and then onwards to Portland, ready for a flight. We're doing a lot of US flying, actually. We're doing it twice this week. We're going to be in an Alaska 737-800, so that's at 1:15 p.m. on Thursday. 8:30 a.m. on Saturday, guys. Be sure to tune in. That's the biggest stream of the week by far. We're taking the Aerosoft A320 for a spin from Heathrow up to Oslo, and there is a VATSIM event in Oslo. There's a flight from Oslo down to Dubai going on, and we'll be taking advantage of some of the ATC they have on offer. And then finally, Sunday morning, 8:30 a.m. as well, we're taking Delta 737-800 out of Portland along to Los Angeles, ready for a flight next week on Thursday. We'll be taking the 787-9 from Los Angeles down to Denver. So that should be pretty interesting. But anyway, yeah, pretty cool. I'm just looking now on VATSIM's website what time we'll have. Okay, there's ATC in Oslo from 10 into 1. So absolutely perfect timing for us then. Because it's about a 2-hour flight up to Oslo. By the time we get off the ground, we'll have, the ATC will be full in swing. So cool, we're able to take advantage of that VATSIM event. But be sure to tune in for all those future streams and all my future videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed watching me fly VFR planes around today. I don't know, we do it every Wednesday. I love doing it. Hopefully you guys love watching it. But anyway, thank you guys. Have a nice rest of your day, and I will see you in the next stream tomorrow. Bye-bye.